let's talk about it then. Goodison Park. Mm-hmm. The last Merseyside derby, barring some sort of FA Cup reprieve, barring Ashley Young's son not knocking yourself in the
either of us
round.
won an FA Cup game at Goodison?
No, I don't want to. Look, I've been to Goodison. I've done my dues. I've seen it. Seen the grand old grounds. Many a time. I've been there in the Everton fans. I used to go with my mates to watch Everton, the occasional Everton game because they all had season tickets. Much better everywhere else other than the away end, which is one of the grimmest places in England. But it means something. Now, will that add something to the game, do you think? The fact that it is, potentially the last Merseyside derby at Goodison?
For the fans, yeah, I imagine. For the players, it's Liverpool. They were quite decent, so it's a tough game, and obviously for the fans, I think a little trivia fact is I think both clubs have won 41 derbies at Goodison. That's what I've just seen before.
How does the winner take the lease?
The winner has to give the other one like the Premier League or something. So if we win, we'll swap places in the league. Winner takes up. No, apparently that's it. That's the thing. They've both won 41 each, so that's a bit of a mad one. But yeah, of course it means something. But just right now, I hate derbies. I always hate them. I had the greatest time.
But I hate Goodison derbies.
But I hate Anfield derbies.
Well, obviously. Look, I guess you're in that sort of situation where I think the ground thing is such an additional millstone. The thing I can almost relate it to was when we started to struggle and we had Klopp leaving, and you've got this thing that needs to get its rightful send-off, and you just can't be arsed with other people wrecking that for you. And sometimes those other people can be your own players. Stop being crap so we can actually just give this the send-off it deserves, really. So obviously it's going to get that regardless, but
that has been a thing this season though. And the manager's been asked about it a couple of times in a press conference, like, the way you don't win at home, don't you think it's like quite disrespectful to the final season at Goodison, and that kind of thing. So I don't listen. It's a ground, isn't it? I'll obviously miss it, but when you see what we're going through, you're just like, can't wait to get there. And
I suppose I can kind of equate it to my mum and dad selling the family house to downsize because they couldn't afford it anymore. And I was devastated because it wasn't my house and I had memories of it. But in reality, for them, it had become a millstone. It had become something where there were more bad negative associations with it. And it was actually hampering what was going to be the next stage of their life in that regard. And, for better or for worse, and I could be cynical about this, but I won't be. There's an optimism that that Bramley Moore is going to represent a clean slate for the football club. Yeah.
Well, it is, and we get that they obviously built on a burial site or something, and the Hadjuk curse, which is quite clearly there, because when they put the curse on us, we've just been going downhill ever since. So you don't want them in Europe because if you beat them, they curse you. Oh, yeah. And it's a real thing, apparently.
Well, we got Bruce Grobbelaar who apparently throws piss on posts to break curses for us. So,
Well, he should have come to... We should have just rented them for a day and just...
I'm sure he'd be up for it, mate.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm sure he'd be up for it.
Money.
Okay, how do you think the game's going to go then?
This is... Obviously, if both teams are at the best, then Liverpool will win because they're a better team, of course. But they were a better team last season, and obviously Everton won the game. I think Liverpool's record's not great at Goodison, rather, at Anfield. At Goodison, I think 3 wins in 15 years, is it? Something like that. A lot of draws, aren't they? A lot of draws, and it wouldn't surprise me if this one is a draw. But for Everton to get something out of it, I think Everton have got to go Everton's way. Our best thing is quite clearly our defence. Your front six are probably the best in the world. As a six, I mean, collective. But I would be lying if I didn't say watching your defence against Newcastle hasn't given me lots to be hopeful about. Because I think Van Dijk, turning, you can get at him. But why did the goalie go to Chippy at the end? Just leave it instead of just punching it? Or
just decided he was too cool to catch it.
Yes, that was. I'm not catching that. Let's go for a goal.
Catching's for wankers. I'll just leave it. So if you look, that's an encouragement sign for you. Keller has been fantastic for us.
No, he has.
But he's not Alisson, and Trent should be back for this one.
Yeah.
But Kwanzaa, if he has to drop in, he'll be fine. But he's not. He's our fourth choice centre half and possibly our third or fourth choice. Fourth is probably right back.
He played centre back last night.
Gomez played centre back. Kwanzaa played right back. Now I don't know whether that would happen again. Trent should come back in, and it's a question whether it'll be Kwanzaa or Gomez alongside Van Dijk. We'll have to see on that one, but there's definitely encouragement for you guys there. And again, I think two things: you've got that extra fire of if it starts to go your way, there is a bit of like, come on, it's the last one of Goodison. Let's give Goodison something to remember it by. And in addition, we've just had that thing of dropping points to Newcastle was a real kick off the back of what it was a fabulous week. You can draw, as we said, we draw at Goodison all the time. That's like the stock results at that ground. I've seen it twice in recent years when I've gone. So even when you're the best team in the best form as Liverpool, you cannot get a result there. So that might eat into us a little bit as well.
I think Everton, obviously the best opportunity Everton have got is set pieces. They scored 3 against Wolves, 3 of the 4 were set plays, and we had another one disallowed, and you can argue all day whether it should have been by VAR, but that was a set piece as well. So that's Everton's strong. I mean, we scored 13 goals from 35 games in open play, which is absolutely horrific. Yeah. But set plays, they're very strong at Everton, and I think if you're Liverpool, that'd be the thing. I imagine you would be concerned about. Don't give corners and free kicks away because they're dangerous. I think open play, not so much.
I think there's 2 attitudes I'm hoping for here. One of them I'm more hopeful for than the other is, yes, it's Goodison, let's give it one last big hurrah to give Goodison this big send-off. And the other one is, you've lost and you go, bollocks to it, let's just bear it to the crowds and then we'll start fresh with derbies when we get to the new place. Yeah. I'm hoping it's the latter rather than the former on that one, certainly. But yeah, Liverpool haven't got a great record. I mean, just going back, it's twice since 2016 that we've actually won.
It was 4-1?
Yeah, we won 4-1 in 2021.
But that was Benitez letting you in.
One was Agent Rafa. We won 1-0 in 2016, the infamous Sadio Mane, Daniel Sturridge moment. But yeah, so, I mean,
that was the one before. That was Torres. The one before that.
Before that, 2011 2-0. Yeah,
Torres.
But like since the 2016 win, 1, 2, 3 0-0 draws, a 2-2 draw, then we beat you 4-1, then another 0-0 draw, and then the 2-0 defeat. So yeah, God, I hate Goodison Park, a long way. Good riddance to it. And it's pillars and it's wooden seats and everything.
You're getting none of that in the new one, mate. You're getting lovely plush seats, no obstructive views.
And a nightmare getting in and out of town. But we'll figure that out in due course.
I don't think it's going to be any worse than bloody L4, mate, honestly, than Walton and Anfield. But yeah.
Right, Sam, thank you so much for taking the time, mate.
No problem, mate.
I love you dearly, but I don't like to hear you miserable. But I'm looking for, I hope...
On Monday, I'm miserable. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's just the reality.
Well, we can just like a nice draw, and then we both come in smiling. No,
not at all.
What happens if we win? Will you be around? Because I know that last time nobody was around.
Funnily enough, I'm not here on Monday anyway, so yeah, just hedge your bets. Champions League game to play, mate. Right, thank you so much, Stefani Cass from Toffee TV. If you want more from the Blues perspective, then do go and check out Toffee TV on YouTube, of course. But because Ped's box office.
Yeah, yes.
When things are up in the air. But other than that, yeah, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you all soon. Ta-ra.